Stay tuned because next up is Village Properties Realtor and host of The Hop, that's Home Ownership Podcast. It's David Charles Allen.
Welcome to The Hop. This is David Charles Allen, Realtor at Village Properties in Santa Barbara, California. My great friend and co-host, Patty Teal. I'm doing wonderful today, Patty. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, David. Is it still cold in Santa Barbara or did it finally warm up?
No, we're getting some sunny skies, like temperature in the high 50s, mid 60s, but it looks like we have more rain on the horizon. So we'll see where that takes us.
Yeah, well, that's nice. It's been drought conditions for quite a long time, hasn't it? Or not so much?
Seems like years. Seems like this is definitely the most rain we've gotten in quite some time.
Oh, that's good.
So it's nice. Yeah, and then there could be some surf on the horizon as well. It doesn't look like anything for the next few days, but could be a nice, fun swell coming in next week. So we'll see where that takes us.
Yeah, I know the surfers will be happy to hear that.
That's right. And then in terms of how interest rates performed, we're at 5.75 for 30-year jumbo and then 6.5 for 30-year conforming. So not much of a change. I think they went slightly up since last week, but again, slowly, but not dramatically.
Oh, well, that's good. Although I did hear some news this morning on Good Morning America that they expect the interest rates to rise more.
Yeah, they've been saying that for a while now, huh? And then they dropped back down to 5, and now they're creeping back towards 7. So I don't know, it's so hard to judge and what's really happening with all that stuff going on.
That's true. Who even knows if the news is correct?
Yeah, I mean, then you'll hear one thing on the news one day, and then you'll hear the opposite thing on the news. Same newscast the next day, so it's very confusing.
It is. It's very confusing.
So in terms of how the statistics have performed, we had 29 new listings, 18 price changes, 14 that closed, 20 that went pending, and 4 that were coming soon. 7 back on the market too. That's quite a big number. But again, new listings under 30, not that great. Pendings at 20, so almost equal to how many new listings, but 18 price changes is rather significant.
Yeah. So, David, somebody sent you an article and told me about it, that it's called Surf's Up in Duluth. Have you ever heard of such a thing?
No, I haven't.
I guess it's liquid ice. So I don't know. I can't imagine surfing when it's that freezing cold. Can you?
No, I don't know what it is. Yeah.
I don't either. Well, we'll have to look into that and report on it. But I can't imagine that the California surfers are going to be heading there anytime soon.
Yeah, I mean, surfing in the cold. I mean, California is one of the colder spots you can't surf almost just because the water is so cold. Like if you go to Northern California or Washington or Oregon, that's probably some of the coldest temperatures you can get when you're surfing, unless you're in the snow.
Absolutely.
Any questions today for me?
Well, David, people have really been enjoying you kind of reviewing the different neighborhoods. I know that so far you talked about San Marcan, and then last week you talked about the Elwood Shores area in Goleta. So I was hoping that you choose another area to just kind of review and tell the pros and cons, why people might like it.
Yeah, I mean, what kind of neighborhood are you thinking of today?
Well, I already know the Mesa is your favorite. I'm wondering what's going on with the Funk Zone. You know, when I moved away from Santa Barbara, the Funk Zone had gotten to be a very popular spot. Has it continued to be very popular, or has it kind of settled down? Are there lots of spots to go to? Why don't you review that a little bit?
Yeah, Funk Zone's definitely an interesting part of town. I remember back a while ago, it was basically just a commercial. No one went there. It's just like lots and just a couple old shops and whatnot. But there happened to be like 1 or 2 breweries that ended up going in there, and that kind of changed the whole vibe of that place. So it's kind of taken a lot of the foot traffic from downtown. So a lot of the younger crowds go to the Funk Zone now. There's probably like 10 breweries and a bunch of different places to eat. So it kind of stole a lot of the foot traffic from downtown, like I said. What's interesting about living there is there's not that much space in terms of housing and whatnot, but there are a couple cool like apartment complexes and condos and townhomes and stuff down there.
Oh, that's interesting. So not too much living space there, but more of just a place to go out to dinner or a place to try out your favorite brews.
Yeah, exactly. But there are some spots down there. I know there's always developments going on down there now as well. So it's an interesting spot. Some people really enjoy living down there as well. You walk right out your door and go somewhere else.
And so you say mostly a younger crowd down there?
Yeah, I feel like it started with the younger crowd that instead of going downtown to somewhere like on State Street or whatnot, everyone started going down to the Funk Zone because it's more breweries and more of a lively vibe and everything's closer together.
Mm.
It's interesting how much traffic's taken away from State Street because of the Funk
That
Zone.
is interesting. Well, being one of the younger crowd myself, I think I'll have to check it out next time I'm in Santa Barbara.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely should.
Yeah, well, I love the variety of Santa Barbara and all the different neighborhoods. And I guess that is why it's so important to work with a realtor who has been in Santa Barbara for quite a length of time. And I know that you were born and raised in the area.
Yeah. It's really going to depend a lot on what you know about each specific thing and what's really important to you or where you want to live.
Mm-hmm. And if people wanted to talk to you about Santa Barbara real estate, how would they get hold of you?
Yeah, my number is 805-617-9311 and my email is david@davidcharlesallen.com.
Well, thank you so much, David.
You're welcome, Patty. Let's give it a go next week.
Absolutely. Bye-bye now.
All right.